Yeah, sure. I don't know what you just said.
You said your own name.
Where are you going, Mama? Where are you taking that little bebop?
Make a boom boom.
Where are you going? Why, you gonna go take him for a jog? Aw, is it getting too rowdy?
A little. The screaming is, I don't want to.
Oh, it's hurting his ears? Oh, y'all are being too noisy. Okay, shh. Oh my God. Okay, I could talk and say nothing for hours and hours and hours. But what is the most fun on these things is the Q&As. And they're you know, the name is the Q&A, and I really like to get to the Q&As and get to it. So if my first question could go ahead and ask.
Okay. My question is, the episode where you turned into a zombie, like when Norman Reedus had to watch you, did you get like all emotional? And if you felt like did you feel like he should have died a different way?
No. The zombies don't get emotional. Did you ever see that T-shirt with the zombie emotions, different zombie emotions?
Yes.
Yeah, the zombie stays the same, but the emotions all change. Anger, sadness, love, hate, all this kind of stuff. And the zombie is just there like this. There you go. I mean, you know what? A lot of people have sensed a little twinkle in the eye right at the beginning when I look up and I see Daryl, and you know what? Could have been, but I'm not going to say. I'm going to leave it up to y'all to decide. You have to watch it again. Let me know. But a lot of things go on, you know. And my real big issue in that scene was the physicality, because I'd had my arm broken, and yet they still wanted me to kind of zombie attack with the knife hand, with little Merle. But the arm was all shattered, the bones were shattered. So even as a zombie, if you got a shattered femur or forearm or shoulder or something like that, it's not going to work. So I did a sort of a swinging thing so I could sort of swing it back and forth. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. I didn't want it to look like I was actually trying to attack him with my knife hand. Because as a zombie, you're more interested in just eating the person. You're not interested in hurting them in any way whatsoever. You just want to eat the flesh off their bones. It's delicious stuff. As a zombie, it's delicious. It's just like, they gotta have it, you know? Good stuff. Anyway. But I think I answered your question. Yeah, next.
I think I already answered the most important question earlier.
You did?
Yeah.
You answered it yourself?
No, I asked the most important question earlier.
Oh, when?
How long is it?
How long is it? That's the most important question. Anyway, it's not necessarily the length, it's also the girth. Those are very important, you know, certain details like that.
Well, my next
question. You have
my favor is before somebody else asks, can I have your nameplate?
Can you what?
Can I have your nameplate, please?
That's not up to me.
Please?
It's not, I don't know. I didn't even know there was a name.
Because there's going to be a mother that comes up and says, her little son is here. And I really, really want it.
REKOOR. LEASE.
Pretty please?
I don't know. Can you read that? Since you're begging, I'd like to come get it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Come on, next question. Get it.
Okay, hi.
One question. Keep your questions to one question and make it a good one. Come on.
Okay, did you always know how Merle was going to go out, and how did you feel about it?
I did not always know. I found out about 3 weeks prior to the scene, for that episode. I had an extra week because they flipped an episode, so I had an extra week of preparation before, and rewriting and stuff like that, and meeting with the writers and all that. So I had a lot. I actually had a lot to say about how things were going to go down. So I was very happy with that. So thank you.
With all this Walking Dead and Guardians of the Galaxy going on, are you coming down to party for Endymion later?
Am I going what?
Coming down to party for the Endymion parade on Saturday. That's Saturday before Mardi.
No. Now I'll be off somewhere else. I'll be doing something, I know. But I am going to be. Let me see. I'm going to be on a float. Yeah, I'm going to be taking part in the Mardi Gras. And let me see if I can pull up where I'm going to be. I'm going to.
Can I come help you?
You know what it is?
I'm right here. I can help you on your phone.
Oh, no, I know how to do it.
I'm sorry. You're over 40. They don't know how to work phones.
Hush up, woman. Let's see. I'm going for a pig roast on Monday. I'm here till Tuesday morning, and I'm going to go have a pig roast in Hell Toth. Toth. T-H-O-T-H. Toth. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to be on a toth. I'm going to be with the toth people. And we're going to be hell tothing. And we're going to be on, I guess I'm going to have a float. I'm going to be hanging out on. I'm going to have security and everything. My old buddy who used to be NOPD guy is going to be my security, but I gave him instructions to get me 2 or 3 pretty girls to be my security instead. So that's what I'm going to be. I'm on the second. I'm going to be down here with y'all.
Yeah.
Now y'all know the Toth people? Yeah, is it a good they have good floats?
Yeah. Good parade.
They got a lot of members, don't they? Yeah.
Good bit.
Yeah. All right. And I hear there are many parade routes and stuff, right? Yeah.
Everywhere.
People drink a lot during Mardi Gras?
Oh, yeah.
No, they don't. Come on. Okay, next question. Go.
I like your shirt, first of all.
Oh, yeah.
One, I'm really curious, how uncomfortable was that arm? And 2, I hate to be this person, but can I please get a hug?
Let her get a hug.
Come on over here. Oh, Trip. Come here. Hug it. Thank you. Next. What was your third? Oh, you made me forget my question. Very, very uncomfortable. But I got used to it. It was all right. Little Merle and I got to be friends after a while. Yeah. Thank you. Next.
What do you think the show would have been like if T-Dog hadn't dropped the key?
That's a really good question. It would have been the Merle and Daryl show.
So how did you get into acting, and what advice do you have for anybody trying to get into acting as well?
Just get into it, that's all. You gotta just do it, you know.
What was your process?
My process is I knew some actors and they sucked, and I just thought I could probably do it better than that. I took a couple classes. I auditioned, did some theater, and then I decided that I don't know how to do this stuff. And so I better go to school. So I went and I auditioned for a theater school called the Goodman School of Drama out of Chicago. It's now called DePaul University School. It's a theater school, DePaul University. And so that's where I went. It's a 3-year conservatory school. And meaning that it's like intense. It's just intense. You're doing theater and acting and all kinds of classes like that from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep for about 3 years straight. So that's what I did. That's how I got into it. I got out. I did about 3 or 4 years of theater, and then started doing film and TV. That's the rest is history. Good one. Now, next.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just wondering if you had any say in the music for Merle's death scene and if you were responsible for the Motorhead.
Yes. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
This might be a really, really creepy, weird question.
You're a little creepy girl, you. Okay, come on, give it to me. Let me have it.
Can I have your coffee cup?
My Starbucks. No. Still has coffee in it. That's it. You can have anything you want, but not my coffee.
Can I have your glasses? How about your hat you're wearing there?
What else do you want? That's not that creepy. I don't know. Is that creepy?
Can I at least have a hug?
You want a hug too?
Please?
Come here, hurry, quick! Quick! Hurry, run, little Red Riding Hood! I'm not the dwarf. Stop it. You were a zombie Red Riding Hood?
I was all here writing.
She's a zombie Red Riding Hood. She's already been bitten. My coffee cup. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Have you ever read your comic book series?
Yes, and I wish it were mine. My mortgage would really like that. But yes, I have read a lot of. When I first got cast as Merle, I went and I got Mr. Kirkman's series, and I read it, and I couldn't put it down. It was I was enthralled. It was great. Thank you. Yes.
Hi, how are you today?
Good.
Enjoying NOLA, I hope.
I totally am.
And in regards to the food, and like butter, out like lead. And I wanted to also ask you that in all of your films, you seem to be this cold, hard, tough guy. Is there any way that you personally would want to scope into other emotional fields as a character, or are you satisfied with just being hard and cold? And is that what they want from you? Is that what they crave, or is that what you enjoy?
Next question.
You're gonna answer my question. I'm put up there.
I never answer questions. What are you talking about, woman?
I'm a true New Orleans.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
I'm a sassy woman from New Orleans. I was
That's
like,
woman from New Orleans. You gonna come smack it? Actually, those are good questions. They really are. You know what? It's not my. As an actor, you see what's on the plate and you decide to do it or not. So I'm offered all kinds of stuff. So a lot of things that appeal to me are like anti-heroes, people who are sort of living on the edge. The character is good, bad, maybe somewhere in between. A lot of gray area in my roles. I like when you watch a Michael Rooker project. If there is such a thing, you come away with more questions than answers. That's what I do. Thank you.
Hey, Michael.
Hello, sir.
Hi. I became a fan of the show and then went back and read the comic books. And looking through the first edition, I was trying to find Merle and Daryl. And
we ain't there.
Couldn't find them in there.
No, we were never in the comics.
Was that a unique situation to create a character that wasn't in the original comic?
No, I like it better. We do that all the time. That's what I do as an actor. We create characters from paper and, the written word and, bring it to life. So, yeah, it was nothing new for me. So, I've played historic characters in the past, where you have real people. I played Chip Gandil in a movie called 8 Men Out. He was the first spaceman before the 1919 White Sox. And so that was really cool to look into his past, look into the history there. So I enjoy doing that. But it's always a challenge, no matter which kind of path you're doing, whether the character playing is based on a real person or not. Henry Lee Lucas, my first movie, was based on a real person. But most of it, 99% of it's all imagination, from the actor. So I took a little, just a little body language, vocal quality from an interview that I'd heard this guy doing. And that's about it. The rest of it is just, we the actors and the director coming up with stuff to make it realistic and some way to keep the audience, enthralled and excited about what's going on screen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, right on.
How's it going, man? Hey, first of all, I don't need a hug. Over time, you've played a lot of different characters throughout some of your movies. Cliffhanger, Tombstone. All throughout.
Yeah, I played a lot of. I think when you look back on my career, there's a major differences in all of these roles, and sometimes you hook into the sternness or the aggressiveness or that kind of quality in the character, and you at first you think it's kind of the same role. But when you really see the movie and you look and you watch, there's lots of big differences in almost everything.
Right, definitely. You played good, and he's not always been bad, guys. He's played good things.
Yeah, that's right. I've done some things that are very much appropriate for the 12 and under crowd.
One question.
I think I've done one.
One question I had on that, something like Cliffhanger, when you got to do something physical like that, where do you guys find time to even get prepared for something like that? And then, how do you continue to do that through time when you got to keep yourself in a certain amount of shape?
Oh, yeah. Well, you do that because you have to. Because you're out there on the mountain. If you're going to do if you've chosen to do your own climbing, you better be in shape. I mean, I was in shape. Dude, I had worked out for like 6 months. The movie got put back 1 or 2 times, so I just kept working out. The producers just say, just keep working out, just keep working out. And so I kept climbing and working out. And I was in amazing shape. I could climb. I already had very a natural climbing ability, but I learned a lot of technique, and I could go out and boulder around and climb and have climbers look at me and go, wow, how do you do that? That kind of stuff. But when I got to Italy and I started climbing, I'd go out to the rock face and climb, and 9-year-olds were passing me up like nothing. And I'm going like, shh, might as well just go have a cappuccino, baby. I think I'm as good as I'm going to get. I'm never going to get as good as that kid. And so I'm, you know, it was a reality check. Because over there, I mean, I tell you, man, I asked, I went and I worked out in grammar schools and junior high schools, and almost every single one of them had a climbing gym in their gym. So these kids are doing this kind of training all the time, and the teenagers end up being in amazing physical shape, very strong. Yeah.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Hello.
I am going to ask for a hug.
No more hugs, just give me a question. Good Lord.
That was my question. Because I got here Friday and I went straight to your table and I was so nervous that all I really said was, have a nice day. And now that I've worked up the courage, may I have a hug, please?
Oh, good God, yes. Come on. Hurry up. Hurry, quick. See, you're not even nervous anymore. Look at you. Come on. Give it to me. Don't get it. Move. At least she has. Yes, go ahead. Yes, go for it.
What's your favorite movie of like all time? Like when you'll see like, oh, this is my fucking movie.
Wow, you know, there's so many good ones of all time. I don't even think I can say a single movie of what I like from the history of film. You know, the Great Train Robbery. Like on the waterfront. Stuff. Really cool stuff. Night of the Living Dead. Woo. All good. Lots of good movies. Thank you.
Welcome to Q&A and hugs. The first thing I saw him was Mallrats, and I was wondering.
Yes, and it was my idea to have chocolate-covered pretzels. I just thought I'd answer that right away.
Graduating Counselor. So it seems like you try to bring a comedic talent to every one of your characters. Merle's fun. I think.
Merle is very funny.
Is that something you always try doing?
I don't try, it just comes out that way. I just have a very sardonic kind of, I have a humor that most people don't have. I see stuff that's quite tragic and I laugh all the time.
Tragedy is not.
I mean, I really do. I mean, it's really funny when people get hurt and might do really stupid things they shouldn't be fucking doing. Duh. Oh, you fell and broke your face. Too bad. You shouldn't be jumping on that single little pole thing. What does it mean? Like a pogo stick? Yeah, you jump on a pogo stick, you fall, break your nose. Tough. Unicycles. No. Not a good idea.
Okay, I was wondering if there were any...
Men cooking? No. Okay, some of the greatest chefs are men. But Michael Rooker cooking? No. I eat. I don't cook.
Okay. Are there specific actors that have influenced you or that you look
Nobody.
up to?
Not anybody. Nobody.
You just love them?
I just do it. I don't try to copy anything. I don't care what they do. Nada. I try my best to just... When I work, I don't watch film. I don't listen... most of the time, I don't listen to music. I don't do anything. I just go internally and use my own... Try to use my own imagination to come up with ideas and just let it flow, So, yeah.
Hey,
No.
looking
Yeah,
really
go.
forward to Guardians.
No.
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you like most about when working on Guardians of the Galaxy? How was it like working with Chris Pratt and Benicio del Toro and that kind of stuff?
I didn't really care much. Not true. pleasure working with my buddy James Gunn, who directed, wrote it. Chris is a great guy. He's very funny and a good actor, you know. And I think he lost, my God, I think he lost like 50 pounds, something like that. I mean, he's in awesome shape. He kept going doing stuff like, go ahead, Rooker, go ahead, hit it. I'd go up and boom! I'd punch him in the gut and he'd go, yeah, that's good. I feel stronger. Oh, it was great. It was great.
Yeah. Okay, cool, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, my question is, everybody loves Merle, of course. They wouldn't be here.
That's not true. No, not everybody loved Merle. Okay, everybody loved Merle. I'm wrong. Once in my life, I'm wrong. Okay.
Other than Walking Dead, what other roles was your favorite to actually be in? Or to do?
I don't remember. I knew there were roles that I really liked at one point in time, but I don't remember them anymore. There were roles, yeah, there were roles. Let's see. Yes! Grant. I love Grant. You're meat. meat. That was my favorite line of the movie. You know, there's some fun stuff. I have fun. I try to have fun with almost everything I play. Everything I'm in, I try to have a good time. And it ends up being, no matter how dark the characters are, there's some humor. There's some humor in there. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. We just cut Otis's head off. Becky is screaming, should we call the police? That's funny. That's funny. I mean, I laugh every time I see that. And of course, my answer is, no, not a good idea. You know? But I think that's humor to me. You know. Thank you.
What's up? Quick two-parter. One, my girlfriend wants you to reenact the towel scene from Mallrats.
No.
Okay. And mine's more of an observation. You freaking cool, man.
Thank you. That was a statement. Oh my God, you're a little pony. No, you're not a little pony. Are you a little pony?
No!
Who are you?
Sailor Jimmy Moon!
I should have known. You know, I get confused because, you know, my eyesight ain't that good, but I see you have ears. Do you have a little tail?
No, that's a bow.
Oh, no, you don't have a swishy. Okay, never mind.
There's your pony right here.
There's a little pony over here. Yes, sir. Ma'am, sorry.
They let you keep Little Merle.
Did they let me keep what?
Did they let you keep Little Merle?
They don't let me do anything. I just do. That's probably why I'm out of the show right now. Yes, go ahead.
In Days of Thunder, one of the best scenes is the car rental scene.
Yeah.
In Days of Thunder, your character is very not broad, but dynamic.
Yes.
He showed that he was a family man, but he also very, very competitive. What was your inspiration for that character? And did they actually...
Oh yeah, and I love the wheelchair race as well. Oh God, yes. You know, Tom Cruise is very competitive, extremely competitive. We would literally race from the trailers to the set. He had a walkie-talkie in his trailer. He knew when they were going to call him, and he'd get out and go to the set. And every time he'd beat me to the set. And I found out that he had a walkie-talkie. So I made the AVs give me a walkie-talkie too. So next time they called us a set, I was out the door in a flash. Boom, he's out the door in a flash. And he sees that I'm on to him, and we're racing. Every time I call us a set, we raced.
Did they let you play in the rental cars, or did you have any...
You know what, the rental cars were, it was a good good race, but they unscrewed one of my spark plugs, so I didn't have a good start. The wheelchair race was just, they couldn't unscrew my spark plug. So I was ready for that one, and it was a great, I thought that was probably the most bloody race that I've ever done. Our knuckles were completely raw by the end of that scene. Thank you.
Alright, so as a statement, you're amazing and big fan. But my question is, so whether it be on Walking Dead or Guardians of the Galaxy, since you're a funny person, have you ever pulled any pranks, or have there been any? Have there been any pranks pulled on you that?
Don't be spreading that around. I'll never work again if people think I'm funny. There are way too many funny people in this business who are really funny. I'm not really funny at all. It's just sometimes things I do are funny. You know, yeah, that kind of stuff. But I don't know, funny. Because I don't think I'm funny at all.
Have there been any pranks that you like? Either any of the cast members have pulled on you on like Guardians or?
Yeah. There's been a lot. I did a movie called 8 Men Out with a lot of funny people in that movie. All those people in that movie were very funny, and they kept pulling pranks on each other all the time. I never got into that whole pranking thing. Because I'm not a funny guy. Thank you.
I've got a question going back to
Come on.
The Walking Dead.
What?
Merle was so intent on taking Michonne to the governor, and then he just lets her go. So
I didn't just let her go.
So what exactly?
I got tired of hearing her yak. Poor ear was open. I mean, it's like, okay, enough is enough. Just go. No, the real answer is that Michonne is a good fighter. My job was to go do what I needed to do, and I decided to do that. And I was gonna use her as bait, but I decided that she'd be better off fighting for the group, with the group, and she was gonna go back with the group. So hence. Another fighter at the group, with the group, a better chance for Daryl to survive. So that's why
I guess I'm the final question of the night.
Come on.
With all the realistic zombie makeups and prosthetics that were going on, please tell me someone at some point like rounded a corner and got freaked out, that someone was just in full costume and they weren't expecting it.
No. We're on a closed set. And so there are zombies and half-eaten people sitting around hanging out all the time. So you get real used to it. And every now and then we shot in Woodbury, which is a real town, Sonoya. Is it Sonoya? Yes, I think that's what it's called. And so, people were used to having zombies around. You get real used to having flesh falling off faces and stuff like that. It's bizarre. I don't know why you get used to it, but you only have to be around these dead people, for a few times, and then you just start getting used to it. It's no big deal. The guy has no arm. He's having dinner. It's dinner time. All the zombies eat at their own table. I'm telling you, it's bad. There's a lot of discrimination against zombies. They're at their own table somewhere in the back. And I think they chose to do that themselves because they know people were feeling a little weird. When they eat, and they have to take out half their mouth and then actually eat. The actors underneath all the makeup. And it just is gross. People had to get up and move. After a while, it was totally gross. After a while, they all figured that we just all sit here at our little table and we eat. Every now and then you look over at them, and there's you can actually hear grunts and groans. You know how actors are. They practice. Every now and then they practice what they got to do. So over lunch, they would practice how they're going to eat as the zombie. So every now and then you'd hear, everybody else is going like, oh God. Here they go again. Thank you very much.